Hello and welcome to the Recommended Podcast. My name is Ryker. This is my co-host. Are you ready to rock? Brenden.
You still want to know my name? It's Ricardo. Ricky Ricardo.
This, believe it or not, is a movie podcast where we talk about movies, TV, and, media of all sorts. Some call it entertainment media.
Yeah. You know the kind.
And this week, I would like you to join us as we watch a movie. A movie as a man puts all his hopes and aspirations into another man's hands. Someone he has been there in their time of need. We see as a man dependent on what he thinks is a friend get humiliated and laughed at and insulted. Distressed and with no other options, he has to fire that man because of insults about his hair plugs. This is the Cable Guy.
The Cable Guy.
Sorry, I was trying to go really wet left field, like the guy that just from the perspective of his boss.
Yeah. No, you had me going. I was like, I'm on for the ride.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of relationships in this movie.
Yeah.
Some very strange and some, work related, but it's a movie about relationships.
I think it's
Just like Heat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is there more than in Heat? No, Heat has more relationships, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, before we get into talking about this movie, you've been watching anything fun and exciting recently? You can tell me no.
I haven't been watching anything, but I'm going to throw you another curveball, an Uncle Charlie, as they say. I'm going to tell you about a book. I know, really out there, right? You guys probably wouldn't know, but I do have enjoyed a movie by Martin Scorsese, The Killers of the Flower Moon. Okay?
Yes.
Great movie, which is based on a book by David Gron. Okay. David Gron wrote another book called The Wager. I've been listening to it on Audible, and it is very, very interesting. It is about a shipwreck. A group of sailors in 1740 go off on a voyage. Shipwreck. The people of England assume they're dead. All of a sudden, years later, 30 of them, there was hundreds that went out, 30 show up on a boat, a makeshift boat, and they're hailed as heroes. And then a few months later, another boat shows up with 3 people on it. And the people are like, those guys aren't heroes. Those are mutineers. They were killing people. And it turns into this big fight. And it's super interesting. And supposedly, Scorsese's next movie is going to be called The Wager. It's going to have Leo in it. So I wanted to read the book so that if they do make the movie and it comes out, that I've read the book. So
Who does Jonah
super
Hill?
Cool.
Who does Jonah Hill play?
I don't know. I don't know if Jonah Hill would last in what I'm reading, but yeah, it's good.
It honestly kind of sounds like, oh gosh, I was trying to remember the name of the book that you had to read in school. Animal Farm. Animal Farm was one that popped in my head. I was thinking about the one with the conch and Piggy, and I can't remember the name of the book.
That's Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies. That's what I was thinking
that's
of.
Lord of the Flies, baby.
Sorry, thank you. See, obviously you read, I don't. One that I really did want to get into, and I was thinking about buying to listen to while I run, was The Martian. I think The Martian is supposed to be a really good book to listen to, or I guess get into, especially if you liked the movie The Martian, which is
that could be fun.
Yeah, so maybe another option for you if you got something, if you got extra credits.
Get some love to the bookworms out there. Yeah,
it's the time of year to get cozy. Real cozy.
Yes, it is a little stew. It's a little stew and soup season, right?
Well, while you've been doing that, I've been actually going
things
way back in a time machine. Which, by the way, I already I gave him his movie. We know what we're doing for 20, but after 20, after you do your Christmas stuff, I really need to reel it back. I need to get out of the 90s. I feel like every movie I've picked for the last 4 picks has been from the 90s.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to take it away from there. But in my personal time, I'm actually watching through that 70s show. I never watched it when it was out. I think I caught episodes here and there. I never watched it. So
Is it because you're one of the chief members of the Danny Masterson fan club?
Oh, oh my! There were a lot of letters written on behalf
His
of
behalf.
him. Yeah, so
Ew, that's icky.
that is so weird. But I never got into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I never got into that show when it was on. But we watched that '90s show, and still had that itch for more of that. And I kind of wanted
that.
I wanted to see, some more of that sweet Danny
Some more of
Masterson.
Some more of that.
Some more of that that '70s show.
Yeah.
That '90s show. But yeah, that's what I've been watching. So let's get away from that. Let's get as far away from Danny Masterson as we can. And
Wait a
human
second.
trafficking.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You haven't been watching Suits?
Oh, I have been. I just didn't want to bring it up. It's my background show. I'm on season 5. And
We actually have Suits on in the background right now.
yeah,
as we
you,
speak.
you can't see it currently, but Suits is playing,
Suits.
and you better believe that I am watching Donna and I can't remember any of the other characters' names.
I don't know anything.
Meghan Markle's character, who is. Like I said, it's my background show, man. I'm trying to.
So
Harvey's a character.
Thank you for bringing up Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
So there was a few episodes ago. Nobody probably cares. I do though. We said something. We were talking about somebody being lost or hidden, and we said it was like Meghan Markle. We meant to say Kate Middleton.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, she was an actress, and they were both actresses, and
Yes.
so that's what my brain just kind of got my.
No, I
wires
said
crossed.
Meghan Markle, and then after I winced listening to it later. I was like, oh, so stupid. That's not her.
Especially
Get
you.
outta here.
You're our
pop culture.
pop culture and
Ear to the ground.
reality TV show guy.
Hell
so,
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to get into the information on this film?
Yeah, let's get deep.
Let's talk about the cable guy. What do you want to call it? I guess these facts here that you're going to give me, like Ox facts.
The maximum package facts. I don't know. Movie, The Cable Guy. Length, 1 hour and 36 minutes. Release date, June 14th, 1996. Written by Lou Holtz Jr. and supposedly Judd Apatow. We can talk a little bit about that, too. Directed by Ben Stiller. Cast, Jim Carrey as Cable Guy. I love that. Matthew Broderick as Steven. Leslie Mann as Robin. Jack Black as Rick. George Siegel as Steven's father, Diane Baker as Steven's mother, Ben Stiller as Sam Sweet, Eric Roberts as Eric Roberts, Janine Garofalo as medieval waitress, Andy Dick as medieval host, David Cross as sales manager, Amy Stiller as Steven's secretary, Owen Wilson as Robin's date, Bob Odenkirk as Steven's brother. That's where I cut it.
Okay.
That's where I cut it. Budget $47 million, box office $103 million. Synopsis: oddball cable installer Chip Douglas, Jim Carrey, attempts to strike up a friendship with customer Stephen Kovacs, Matthew Broderick, by offering him premium channels at no cost. When Stephen rebuffs Chip's frequent need for companionship, Chip goes from a mildly eccentric acquaintance to a full-fledged psycho stalker. Wow, what a tongue twister. Though it's increasingly apparent to Stephen that the cable guy is dangerous, convincing his friends, family, and the authorities of that is another matter entirely.
Oh, we didn't say whether or not we recommended this from the start.
Ah! Oh my God.
I'm going to say that this is probably a movie that I watched 15 to 20 times when I was younger. I watched this movie a lot. So I am in the recommend camp. I watched it again recently just to refresh my memory of it. And I was insufferable the whole time because I was quoting it a bunch. Because this is one that I kind of grew up on, which is kind of a weird movie to grow up on. So I recommend it. So we'll still give spoiler warnings and all that, but yeah, for me, it's right now. I'll give you that recommend, and then we'll give more details later.
Yeah, same for me. I hadn't seen this, which is, a lot of the things that I'm picking for the show are movies that are, widely acclaimed, but yet I haven't seen. So judge me if you like. I don't care. Yeah, I'm actually mad. I'm really mad at myself. Had I seen this as a kid, I think my life would have been better for it. That's the way I feel about it. I liked it a lot. And yeah, I don't have the 30, 20 years of quoting that Ryker does, but it was really good. I liked it a lot. nice length of movie, not too not too long.
Can't wait to clip that.
Yeah,
Nice length.
nice length, nice length. Not great girth. It's all of it, right? But yeah, definite recommend. Check it out, please.
Cool beans.
Please.
Okay. That's the facts. We got the recommends, the scramby eggs. What did you eat while you were watching this? Let's go to snack bar.
I didn't eat anything. I don't know. I just haven't been eating things
As per
lately
usual.
while I've been watching moves. What I would suggest when watching this move, though, vanilla wafers. Now, I know what you're thinking. Like, vanilla wafers? What are you, 80? No, I'm not 80. And I'm not really a big fan of vanilla wafers, personally. But I just was trying to think of what would be a snack that, like, if someone said to you, they said, "Hey, man, come on over. I got some Nerds gummy clusters," right? You'd be like, "Oh, dude, I'll be there," right? What would be a snack that if someone said to you, like, "Hey, you want to come over? I got some vanilla wafers," you'd be like, "This guy is a psycho." And I just thought of that. I just think anybody that goes to the store, they got all of these choices, snack bar choices. They got anything their heart's desire in a Giant Eagle, a Walmart, whatever, a Bueller's, and they're picking vanilla wafers.
A Buc-ee's.
Yeah, what are you,
7-Eleven.
crazy? yeah. Like, we could be anywhere. Okay? There's Bueller's everywhere. You know where we are. We're not in Ohio.
Costco, Sam's Club.
Hold on. Wait. Thank you. 1 second.
Oh, God,
Costco,
no.
guys.
No.
Yeah, one more time. One more time. I was ashamed. To find out that the Rizzler
isn't part of the Costco guy's family.
No! I didn't know that. He was just doing his own thing. Rizzler.
They
Listen to
yoinked
me.
him.
Hey, are you looking at me right now? Rizzler, listen to me.
He's not
listen
coming,
to me,
dude.
kid. I know he's not, but listen to me. You don't need them. You don't need them.
I'm going to go on a limb and say no one does.
They're leeching off you, Riz. Think about it. That's all I got to say.
All
Vanilla
right.
wafers. Vanilla wafers.
So I think I was eating Skittles during my watch through of this.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I just had some of the old regular Skittles. I've been like,
Red bag.
I've been finding myself like dipping through like all the different flavors, but I don't like mix and match them.
It was red bag, right? You ate red bag?
The red bag.
Yeah,
yes.
you might be a psycho. There's so many, and the red bag is just like
No, I get the
deranged people.
purple bag.
Yeah,
right?
purple bag is solid.
That's what I get. I get the purple bag, and then
Yeah.
I get the red bag, and I have the green bag, sour bag.
Don't they have a light blue? Isn't that tropical?
I think the tropical one is the purple one.
Ooh, no. Purple is wild berry. Put some respect on the bag. Yeah.
Anyway,
Clip it.
But actually, what I was thinking for this one was Werther's original. You know, no, I was calling you 80. That's what I was doing with
okay.
that.
I reacted. I bit on that.
You're just like
Bit on that bit.
Yeah. Actually, I think I would probably go with a hot Mike and Ike's. Like the hot flavored Mike.
Oh, like the cinnamon.
the cinnamon Mike and Ike's, yeah.
Ooh.
Little spice,
It got a little bite.
Because he can be your friend, right? I should have done the Sour Patch Kids because he can be friendly, but also he can get you.
Oh yeah, that would have been a great one.
What?
Yeah, I do respect the suggestion though, because you're right. I think he does a nice job of playing that character. Like that guy could do anything at any moment, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't know.
He's a spicy guy.
Yeah.
So that's my recommendation because I think that's a fun snack that I haven't had in a while. So
It's not like I feel
and also
like,
I feel like it's old.
yeah, I feel like we get, kind of the same vicinity of snacks. And so I love this. Vanilla wafers and fucking cinnamon Mike and Ike's.
I just love
like
the-
those are so they couldn't be further.
I love the idea of somebody going out and buying
Both of those things.
Just like, oh, I can't wait to watch this movie, and then they just start eating and just like,
Mix them.
and they're just eating and crying. Why?
Vanilla wafer would probably balance out the spiciness of the Mike and Ike. Maybe we're on to something.
I don't think we are.
No, we're not. It's okay.
Oh, one thing that we didn't talk about real quick is we finally pushed out the trailers episode.
Hey, yeah, we did.
I'm gonna work on trying to make that better for the next time we do it. Just because I would like to include like clips, but copyright stuff is hard to deal with on YouTube, and so that's like an obstacle I'm trying to like figure out a way around. So once I figure that out, we'll have some like probably more like visual elements, but like honestly, it's a 2-minute trailer. It's not a lot that I'm not asking to watch a 90-minute movie or whatever to jump in and enjoy, especially because the trailers we're picking they're ones you probably should watch. Like,
Oh yeah.
they're good trailers. They might inspire you to go watch a movie, and some of them might inspire you to never watch a movie again. So I feel like they're fun.
Yeah.
So
Can't go under it.
but we actually have a couple ideas for things we're gonna do. We're probably, like I said, I think we're gonna do those once a month. Not sure about the release. This one just kind of felt right, so we launched it out when it was when it was done. And next month we might drop it like on the first week of the month. This one was like fell in the second week, so we'll see. Maybe we'll just keep the same pattern.
Yeah, and if there's ever a sign for you to do something in your life, it's when it feels right.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes. So do you want to start talking about behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We're gonna start talking about spoilies. Again, recommend you go check it out. It's a good movie. And then come on back after you've watched it. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'll try not to quote and ruin the whole movie for you as we go through this. So I'll be a little bit less insufferable. So
Yeah. Right. I got a few. I enjoyed these. So, first one. While filming the scene in which the cable guy plays basketball, it became obvious to everyone on set that Jim Carrey could barely dribble a basketball. Never mind make a basket. Ben Stiller had Carrey mime the action without a ball, and VFX added the basketball in post-production.
there's no way. I'm telling you right now, I read that same one. I went back and watched that scene like 4 times. There's no way that's a VFX basketball. Like I've seen.
I don't know, man.
I've seen VFX from the 90s, and there's no way that the basketball looked like it looked like a normal basketball. Also, Jim Carrey does a sword play later on in the movie. You mean to tell me they couldn't get him dribbling a basketball right in the time at which they had to film this movie?
Well, I mean, fencing isn't the same as dribbling a basketball. It's insulting to professional fencers.
I wasn't
and Olympic fencers.
I don't think he fences in this movie. Did we watch the same movie?
No.
They spent like 2 weeks training for the medieval times fight scene.
I don't know, man. Let's call Ben. Let's tweet at him, see if we can get a definitive
I'll get him on the
response.
phone. I'll get him on the phone real quick here.
I think you're just calling Sam Sweet in jail. The scene at medieval times where the cable guy asks for Steven's chicken skin and then performs his Silence of the Lambs impression was not scripted. During one take, Jim Carrey asked for the skin out of nowhere. Ben Stiller loved the moment and decided to keep it in the film. Broderick's reaction and his laugh as Carrey was doing the impression are genuine.
So before we looked up the facts, me and my wife,
Yeah?
I looked at her while we were watching the movie, and I said, I am like 95% sure that this is not a scripted scene because of just the way, like the entire time, Broderick is laughing. Like you can see him just barely on. Like
He's really, he's enjoying it.
He's enjoying it, and I was like, "There's no way they would be using this in the movie if it wasn't like ad libbed." I feel like, especially because like the way Steven behaves the rest of the movie. There's a few times where he is like. You can see he's laughing or just like holding something back, but like that scene, like he's just pretty much laughing the whole time. And then when we read it, she's like, "Yeah, it looks like that wasn't scripted." I was like, "There's no way. Like, there's no way it was. It looked, I don't know, too fluid, too normal behavior from Broderick."
Yeah, I mean, this is so stupid, but I'm still going to say it. I could 1% understand, like, in a universe where this was, like, a true thing that we were watching, I could understand why Jim Carrey's character would have a little bit of mixed messages at times. Because, like, Broderick is enjoying his company occasionally.
Oh, that's one thing he says. I watched the behind-the-scenes stuff, and there was one thing he said. He's like, he wants to be around the cable guy. He likes being around him, but then he acts really weird, and he does like he's like just like, "Hey man, just be normal." Like it's pretty much it. Like the way he painted it was as if he wanted to hang. His character liked the cable guy and wanted to be around him.
Yeah, I sensed that.
And I actually, so I I was thinking about it after we finished watching the movie. I asked a question of, like, he just kept avoiding red flag after red flag. Like, there's so many things that like happen that he just seems to be just like, okay, like this is like he just let it keep going. And it was like, there's no way a normal human would let this keep sliding as much as he has let this keep sliding.
No.
Like the first scene where he comes to his door and like yells at him and calls him a jerk off, right? And like just like, maybe I shouldn't have come at all. Jerk off, and screams at him. And like he's not just messing with you, and he just like continues watching him do weird stuff, and then decides that he's gonna get guilt tripped by this man he's never met to go to a satellite dish. Like,
my first note I have is he's fondling the wall.
yeah,
He's like, oh yeah,
there's
like
your
that?
there's your sweet spot right there.
Yeah.
It's such a weird like the moment he started doing that again, I was like, I could like remember exactly the whole scene. It's just so memorable.
It's good. It's good. Two others.
Yeah,
So
go for it.
When Jim Carrey was negotiating his $20 million salary for the film, he insisted that his attorney and two managers wear Ace Ventura dressing gowns as to not lose their sense of perspective. And piggyback, this is not my last one, but I'll piggyback. I read something else where they said that, so when this movie came out, like I said, budget was $47 million, box office was $103, which, you know, the movie made money.
Yeah.
Rival studios went around like panning the movie and saying that it was a commercial failure and all this stuff because they were supposedly angry at the studio for how much money they offered Carrey. That was a record amount of money at the time.
No, that makes sense. Another fact, I guess, that kind of falls into that same realm. So, like, $20 million for him to perform in the movie, and that's almost half of the budget. $2 million is what they paid Broderick.
Oh yeah, I did mean to write that, and I didn't. You're exactly right. Yeah, Broderick only gets $2.
Yeah.
What the heck? Now, I will say, Carrey is the guy in the movie.
Yeah, and he was big at the time. Actually, I think that initially, before they got Carrey, it was going to be Chris Farley, possibly.
That's my last fact.
Oh.
Yeah, it was originally pitched to Columbia Pictures with Chris Farley as the lead, but a sudden contractual obligation to another film forced him to decline the role. I think he was stuck in the middle of filming. I didn't look up what the movie was, but he could not get out of it to do the cable guy.
I wonder if it was, what year was it? Was 96, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if it was, I don't know if that was the same year. I wonder if it was Almost Heroes.
I don't know. I feel like the movie would have been worse with Farley. I think Carrey was perfect.
Yeah, I don't know how,
Perfect.
because like Farley is, no, Almost Heroes was 1998. Sorry. Farley, I don't see Farley playing this character well. Like
No.
he, in all of the movies he was in, was like chipper and happy. That movie, Almost Heroes, that I was talking about, was like he plays like a gruff, like kind of like mean guy. But even whenever he's doing that, he's like comical the whole time. I don't see him being able to play creepy, like friend deprived guy like that like Carrey does in this.
Friend deprived. Whoa! The cable guy's got a lot of friends.
Yeah, he's got a lot of surface level friends.
Acquaintances.
He's got a lot of preferred customers.
There you go.
So I have two more facts.
Dos mas.
That one I don't believe, and I read it. It was very well
They
received.
did VFX the basketball. It's okay to read.
I don't. I
joking,
still
I'm
can't
joking.
believe that's a. Like, I looked at that. I watched that scene multiple times. There's no way. It's the best VFX I could think of. The only thing I like, they're funny guys, right? I almost feel like that's a made up fact that they put out there. Like the guy that like said hoverboards were real for Back to the Future. He just kind of dropped it when they were doing like a behind the scenes thing. He's like, yeah, we had to go to Mattel and ask them to, let us borrow. It was like a big deal because it was like they don't know, like they weren't ready to release them at that point. And then everybody was like, what? Hold on. Wait, that's real? Like they people believed.
I didn't know that.
No, you didn't know about that?
No.
Yeah, there was a guy.
What a jerk off.
That's one of the best
Jerk off.
one of the best pranks ever pulled, probably. Like he just says that, and he said it like so straight laced, and like everybody believed him. And they like people started demanding that Mattel release the hoverboards.
Everybody at Mattel is probably pissed.
So they were like, "What's going on?" No, the thing that I found that I don't believe was during the trial scene with Sam Sweet on the stand, and they're doing the audio recording.
Oh, I almost used a part of the audio recording as my open. But I didn't
Big Brother's
feel
listening.
Yeah, Big Brother is listening. Trump, I voted for you. No, today I don't know. The world may never know.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I was getting Instagram reels for like the last 3 weeks where it's like, did you know that you can check the voting history?
Yes, yes.
So many. It was almost like hey, just so you know, we're gonna know who you voted for. Like, it was like, what is going on? You don't have to tell anybody who you vote for, but we can go find it. Like, I was very creeped out by that. Yeah, it was weird.
It was icky.
Anyway, you were saying.
I was just saying that the audio where he's like, somebody came. I just even feel weird doing it now. And they
it was an Asian gang.
Yeah, Asian over and over.
He keeps like, it's very like weirdly racist the entire time.
Yes, it is. It didn't age well.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to. It wasn't supposed to. That's the you can even see him on the stand. He's like, like he's like squirming on the stand while it's playing. But that recording, what I found was that they said that Carrie was the person that did the voice of for the recording.
Oh,
so there are a lot of.
I want to listen to it back.
I've listened to it so many times, and I gotta tell you, there's no way that's not Stiller. There's no way it's not Ben Stiller. I've listened to it at least 3 times since I read that fact. I'm like, that's definitely Ben Stiller.
Well, now we got 2 things to ask Ben.
Ben, we need to get you out here. Who knows where though? I don't know. Kroger. So no, that was one thing I found, and yeah, it was that Jim Carrey did the recording for that. And again, I don't believe that. I feel like that's made up fake fact. And then the last thing was that this was one of the first times that any movie had ever filmed at medieval times.
I believe that
Jim Carrey pitched that he thought that there should be a scene there, and they drove down and filmed at medieval times for this movie. And it was what I found was that it was one of the first.
Wow.
Yeah. I also have a secret hidden fact that I want to talk about later.
Secret hidden fact?
Secret hidden fact.
Whoa.
It just goes, this is for me to prove to you that I don't completely suck from the last pop.
No, you're going to do really good.
From the last quiz that we did. This is this fact will help me show you that I don't suck.
I know you don't suck. What are you talking about? You're way better at these than me.
I sucked at the last quiz, and I really wanted to redeem myself.
Well, you did suck at the last quiz, but I've sucked worse than that.
No, it was a bad showing, but that was a long movie, so
yeah, I lulled you to sleep with that one. I did.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was watching by the end of it. Like I said, we need to do a tally of the time of the movies, because I feel like cumulatively I should get another movie.
Yeah,
eventually.
You should. You really could have watched The Cable Guy twice almost in the time that we watched Heat, which is wow. There's a whole lot to unpack there. We'll do that some other time, but that is interesting.
No, yeah. Maybe we'll do that for a special feature. Talk about the movies that you could watch instead of watching these long ones.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you want to get into the?
I do want to get into the quiz. So I'm a little frustrated with myself.
What's
because I accidentally gave away one or two of the questions from my description.
Oh,
maybe I dropped my quiz down a notch.
That's fine. I mean,
but we're gonna kind of audible a little bit.
I was feeling good coming into it. So
yeah. So my first easy question is, I know I said Chip, but I would like the first and last name. What do the Cable Guy's friends call him? Not Chip. I was looking for Chip originally, but I said Chip in the description. So what's his first and last name that he tells them?
I'm going to give everybody a second. This is the scene where they're in the van, and Steven realized he hadn't asked him his name.
Correct.
Okay, because he does give another name later on in the movie when they're in the interrogation scene, right?
Correct.
Not interrogation scene, but the visit to the prison, right?
Yes.
So he says, "You really want to know my name?" It's Ernie Douglas.
It's Ernie Douglas.
But my friends call me Chip.
Yes.
So he goes by Chip Douglas.
Ernie. Bow, bow, bow. Yep, Ernie.
Ernie Douglas.
Count it. +1. I'm going to leave it on. Yeah, you got it. My second easy was, what is the finest restaurant in town?
Oh, yeah.
It's medieval times.
only the finest restaurant in town.
Open your eyes.
Open sesame. Everything he says, man. He's all the deliveries are great.
Andy Dick as the host was great.
I will say that I normally find Andy Dick pretty insufferable.
Off-putting.
But I think in the early days, he wasn't that bad. He hit a point where he definitely jumped the shark in the way he behaved. But like, I think even like news radio, was he in news radio? I can't remember. He was in a couple of like sitcoms. I know that, I think Joe Rogan was on news radio. I can't remember what one Andy Dick was on, but he was on the Ben Stiller show, I believe, with Bob Odenkirk, David Cross, and Janine Garofalo, and that's how those guys all kind of ended up in the movie. Also, another fun fact for you that you might not have included. I didn't hear in your cast list because you might have cut it off early.
I did.
Kathy Griffith apparently was the actress that played his mother in the flashback. She they ADR'd her lines.
Oh yeah, when he's sitting there watching TV,
Yeah.
and he's like, I want a brother, and she's like,
Yeah. Then why do you think mommy's going to happy hour?
Yeah.
That apparently was her. It was definitely not her voice. They ADR'd her voice for sure. But that's like what she's credited in the IMDb for that.
That's funny.
No.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy it like that, but I also thought it was funny that we have Andy Dick has a couple lines there, and then Janine Garofalo has a couple lines, but we have Bob Odenkirk and David Cross. David Cross doesn't he has one line, and Bob Odenkirk's character has one line, and they're both like not very funny, like they're just there. So
yeah,
a
couple of missed opportunities.
Feels like wasted talent.
Yeah. So 2 for 2. Yep, those are easies. Last easy one. Again, maybe I came down a little bit. What movie are women suckers for?
Well, it's on HBO this weekend.
Yeah, what is it?
While I'm waiting to give everybody time. This again is the scene when they're inside of the van after having visited the satellite dish at the beginning of the movie. And he's trying to help him like get Robin back. So he's like, "Oh, you know what? I just remembered." And he's like, "Sleepless in Seattle's on cable this weekend."
That's right.
Yeah. So and then Robin, of course, loves that movie.
I did like the Joe Cool nature of Broderick. Like he's like talking to her. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, I've been doing fine. But if you want to come over, you can." Like,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yes, yeah. She's like, he's like, "Yeah, whatever." Walks away. That is great. Mediums. All right, now we get into it.
Yeah, good.
Medium number 1. What was the name of the cult Sam Sweet joined after Double Trouble?
Man, the cult after Double Trouble that plays during the news at the beginning of the movie when Carrie is setting up the TV.
Correct.
It actually also says, is it Salem, Oklahoma? Salem something. Like it says the state, but I can't remember. It's like something. And it's from 1992, the footage. And it is called, I've been
biding time.
I've been killing time so people can guess at home.
Yep.
It is the Brotherhood of Friends.
That's right.
Which is a perfect name for a cult for a movie about a guy that's obsessed with having friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
We see a few mentions of that.
Oh yeah,
we do.
There are quite a few, and I'll bring some up. I was waiting for your quiz. I didn't want to spoil your quiz.
Yeah, you might spoil more.
That's why I didn't say. That's why I didn't say anything. Wanted to get through it.
Medium question number 2.
Yeah.
Eric Roberts plays the Sweet Brothers in what film?
Oh, Brothers. Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, I stopped halfway so you could guess still. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I got so into it. I actually, you know what? Fun fact. Roberts, Eric Roberts, in Suits.
There's a Suits connection in every film.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
6 Degrees. The 6 degrees of Suits.
6 Degrees of Suits.
That should be a bit we do.
Dude, when I saw him in this, and I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot. The name of the movie, it's Oh Brother, Sweet Brother, because it's the story of Sam and Stan Sweet. Right?
Yeah. Yes, I'll give it to you. It's brother.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's Brother Sweet Brother, and then that's what I wrote down. And then when I googled it just to double check, it's actually Brother Sweet Brother: The Killing of Stanton Sweet. Stan, because it's Sam and Stanton. The brothers that he kills is Stan.
Yeah,
but they call him Stanton Sweet.
That's weird though, because I don't remember. Like I feel like I'm remembering it as a quote from the movie. The Stanton thing doesn't make any sense to me though.
I think we can look at
we can watch
Brother
it
Sweet
after.
Brother is definitely in there, but I think I feel like I remember it like being Brother Sweet Brother, and then there being like a little sub like
it's
Killing of Stanton Sweet.
Yeah, this is I thought it was the Killing of Stan Sweet because
this man is 5 for 5.
Oh, I liked this movie.
I know.
I was trying to I wasn't gonna brag about like knowing this movie because I figured like you'll hit me with like a really hard question and I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
I'm hoping to get you on one of the hards. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think you're definitely gonna get this other medium, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Yeah.
What does the cable guy say before jumping into the satellite dish at the end? Well, he jumps off the tower.
I thought you were talking. Okay, so during the
context.
end of the movie, there is a scene where they're at the satellite dish. Steven, Robin, and Chip or Larry Tate, whatever he's going by at that time.
Ricky Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
And it's raining really heavily, and they actually. There's some action scene where Steven gets knocked out and then they're climbing to a higher point above the satellite dish. I thought what you were asking about was whenever he's opens the thing behind Steven and he goes, "Yeah, Steven, look out!" and he slides at him and knocks him over.
Not that. The last thing he says before he jumps at the very end.
Before he jumps, or when he lets go of him, right?
Yeah. Well, he lets go of the railing. I think he doesn't jump. Like I think he just like lets himself fall. Right. This is at the very end when he falls and lands in the satellite dish. He says something before he falls.
He says somebody's got to kill the babysitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's I wasn't sure because he has like a little bit of a. He's like, I'm really tired. he's like, there's a whole like scene where he's hanging from Steven's arm, and he's like, yeah, but I get really lonely. Like he's doing like a whole thing for a while. But yeah, that's like such a good climax to the movie.
Yeah,
and
it's off
like,
the rails good.
And I love how it like coincides with the trial having its climax because it like ruins the trial.
God, dude, we have to talk. I am waiting. Oh God, just get through the hards, okay?
I had to hold myself back because when you were talking about reading a book, I was remembering the end of the movie where the TVs go out and the one guy leans over and opens a book, which by the way. Also, a character that people might know, that's JD from Tenacious D. That's the guy that's reading the book at the end of the movie. That is the guy that's in the Tenacious D band with Jack Black.
That's Kyle
Gass. Yeah. Yep.
That's funny. All right, hards.
All right, hit me with the hards.
Okay. Okay. First one. What is the name of the business/personal coach on the TV ad? So during the middle of the movie, he's watching TV, and there's a business personal coach that people kind of know.
There's actually
he's a young version of him too.
Yeah, this man shows up in another movie with Jack Black. Actually,
they're probably buddies.
Yeah, Shallow Hal.
Oh, I can see that.
He shares an elevator with Jack Black's character and actually helps him to like get over. I guess he kind of like hypnotizes him into not being a jerk anymore. So like it's
Wow, this dude's got some movie coops, huh?
Yeah, he's been in a couple.
Wow.
It's Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins,
and it is I believe it's the Personal Power Success System.
I didn't even ask that, but
that's what you were asking.
No, just what is the name?
I thought you were.
What is the coach?
Oh, life. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought you were
it's Tony
asking
Robbins.
like what he was selling. And
Oh
it's
no,
the Personal Power.
that's
and Steven
also
immediately
right,
he grabs his phone and he's getting ready to call, and then Chip shows up.
All right, here's my second hard. At the beginning of the movie, there's opening credits where there's various channels. Now, if you were doing this quiz, you psychopath
No,
would
because
ask me
there's no
all
way.
the shows. Okay,
There's no way.
but I'm going to ask just one, and I'm going to ask it because it's a show that is near and dear to me. What is the game show that's featured in the opening credit channel scrolling? There's kind of two names for it. I'll take either.
I don't.
I gotta try to get you on something.
I can't remember the name of the show. I know isn't it like? Don't they call it like Big Bucks No Whammies or something like that?
I will take it.
Okay.
Whammy / Press Your Luck. So
Press Your
I've seen it
Luck.
called Press Your
Okay.
Luck. I've seen it called Whammy.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. The Big Bucks No Whammies.
Yeah, yeah.
The whammy. Yes.
Yeah,
That's correct.
Okay, cool. I knew that I was like, I would not have asked you to do that because it was impossible to tell what the first. There was also like a soap opera. I was like, if you expect I know the soap opera,
No,
you're
no.
insane. There was also the Jerry Springer show and what was I wasn't Sally. No, it wasn't Sally Jesse Raphael. It was
Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
Ricky Lake. We're talking about people that confess their love to food service workers. I was like, this is what was on the like. If you were sick in the 90s as a kid, you were staying home and you were watching daytime television, and that is the smattering that you would see.
Yeah, but you know what? It really missed on The Price is Right.
Yeah, The Price is Right would
That
have
should have
definitely
been in
on there. Yeah.
Bobby B. Oh, I shouldn't do this on the internet, but I will.
Yeah, please don't.
So I started this movie. One of my kids, one of my daughters had her tonsils and adenoids out, ear tubes in, the whole workup.
Man.
So she's been home the past week, and she's got another few days at home before she's back to school. But she was hanging on the couch, like half asleep, but laying down, and I turned the movie on, and the opening credits played, and we got approximately 20 seconds in, and my wife's like, should she be in the room for this? And I was like, yeah, I didn't realize, like, because it was like the one Springer clip is like something about like
it's very sexual.
yeah, it's
That's
sexual, and I was like, okay, all right,
I'm actually a man.
yeah. It's a woman massaging a guy, and she's like this scantily clad, and she's like, I'm actually a man.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're
actually-
8 for 8.
It's actually not that bad after like
No, considering today, honestly.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
I'm trying to think of like other things. There are some like risky stuff in there, but yeah.
All right, you're 8 for 8. This could be the first 9 for 9 in the
Clean
history
sweep.
of the show.
Maybe.
Okay?
Who knows?
Now I feel a little bad, but then again I don't, because you really know this movie very well, and I feel like you may know this fact. So number 9, the cable guy drives a cable company truck.
Yep. Cable Co.
And on the back of it, there is a license plate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the license plate number. That's
Okay.
madness.
No.
But there's a phrase above the license plate number.
Yeah.
And I just want you to tell me what the phrase is.
Fun fact. This
Is one of your fun facts.
this kind of is. So I actually looked up the colors of this license. I was trying to identify where this license plate was from, just to try to like qualify where was this movie take place
what
at.
state?
Because again, we've established that they went to medieval times. They actually filmed at medieval times in California, oh gosh, so. I was trying to look at that. I looked up where this movie was supposed to take place, and they said it's Seattle, Washington, which I was like, I guess it's rainy, so yeah, maybe a little bit, but like there's nothing in there.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Sleepless in
watching
Seattle.
Seattle.
That's I mean, that's something but again, I don't believe that. Well, I bought enough time. It says the Friendship State.
Wow.
And that is the state motto of Texas.
Oh.
The Friendship
Really?
State. Yeah, I looked that up.
I wouldn't have thought that.
No, me either. That's why when I was like, are we sure about that?
Yeah, you could have gave me 50 guesses, and I think Texas would have been guess number 47.
I think I think the other license plates in the area look like they're supposed to be. I thought Pennsylvania license plates, like I think blue and yellow is Pennsylvania, and I saw a few license plates that color, trying to like figure out what state they're in. Because of another fact that I have that I want to talk about, my ultra secret fact. But
Can I see if you really want to gloat here? Because there's a couple others that I didn't ask, but I was curious if you knew them.
yeah, go ahead.
Bonuses. So bonus number 1, what is Steven's apartment number?
42.
Yeah,
Yep.
10 for 10. And then when Jim Carrey's character, the cable guy, buys Steven The sound system. He's like, the sound system is so good it can make blank cream.
Oh, it could make George Lucas cream in his pants. Yeah, dude. What?
Yeah.
Let me ask you one.
You're gonna go 11 for 11, and I'm gonna go 0 for 1.
This is a really hard one. So,
Okay, well, I'm not gonna get it.
What what was the apartment number that his service was transferred from?
Oh, like when he was with
What he's
Leslie
like?
Mann.
He's like,
Crosstown.
Yeah, he
Da-da-da-da.
says, in preparing your service, I noticed that you was recently switched over from one Stephen Kovac to a Robin Harris. And he says the address while he's like screwing into the wall. He's drilling into the wall.
It's like 126 Lakeland or something like that.
1268 and a half Chestnut.
Chestnut.
Yeah. I thought you were going to ask me that.
Oh my God.
There's also in the
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, dude.
in the basketball scene, which is bonkers. I love it.
Yes.
After they can't play anymore, the backboard is shattered. In the background on a board, it says B League tryouts 5 p.m. or 5 p.m. Tuesday, or like Tuesday 5 p. is what it says on there. I thought you were gonna ask me like something obscure like that.
Nope.
Or how many messages were on Steven's answering machine when he comes home?
11, right?
11. How many are from
remember
the how many are from the cable guy?
10.
10. Yeah, 10 of the 11.
Because the first one's his mom. So I got thrown because the first one's his mom, and then his dad chimes in, but that's the same message.
Yeah, Steven,
so
it's your
10.
mother.
Yeah. Call her back. It's your dad or something. Yeah.
Steven, call your mother. Yeah, you're killing your mother with this. Yeah. There's a lot of the like. I was prepared. I thought you were gonna ask me about the Dr. Swears.
Oh yeah, the lisp.
The lisp, like how to lose your lisp in 30 days. Yeah, that was one I was expecting. I thought you were gonna ask me like what was Jim Carrey wearing around his neck during the karaoke party. That is a Egyptian ankh.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was prepared, my friend.
No, I'm good. I knew it was gonna be hard to get something past you.
So
wow.
I
just want to say. Well, no, I shouldn't do that. I was gonna say this. I expect to win this kind of. I expect to have this kind of a performance. If we were to ever do Home Alone.
Oh, okay.
Or Home Alone 2.
No, I don't
You know
doubt
what I
it.
mean? Like a movie that you're like that into. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, I actually am making adjustments on the TV that is in front of us because I want to show Brenden something. Because my phone died, and I was going to show you something that I noticed while watching this movie. So, as I mentioned previously, while I was watching this, I was watching it with my wife, and we were going through and we were checking out the film, and was enjoying it. And this end scene where he gets hurt is one thing that sorry, I'm pausing, so you have my hand up in the air. So the end scene, he jumps off the satellite dish, right?
Yes.
So as he jumps off the satellite dish, he survives. He lands on top of the satellite dish and survives. So I have a fan theory, personally, that I have created based off of the thing that I'm showing you currently on the TV, and is probably right here currently in the video. So after he is taken down from the satellite dish, he is put onto a gurney and he's being put into a helicopter.
Yeah.
The helicopter has a tail number that reads N255BB, which is the exact same tail number as the tail number for the movie Heat.
No.
Absolutely. I saw this. I paused the movie. I looked at my wife and I said, "Oh my God, I told you I would remember this tail number." Because remember how I said I was watching that movie and I looked at her and I said, "He's going to ask me what this tail number is." And I'm not going to remember. And I remembered. It's that number, N255BB. That is the tail number. So my fan theory is that this movie actually takes place in California, where the medieval times is, and there are, this is like it shares the same universe as the movie Heat, based solely on the fact that the helicopter for the police is the exact same.
I almost like, I know we're in the middle of an episode right now, so this is like unhinged, but I just need to see it to believe. Can you pull up the Cable Guy tale?
I'm working on that right now, but it's going to take a second because there are ads for Amazon. Because Amazon stinks, or maybe not. So I'm pulling it up so he can see, but I'll try to grab a screen for it for the podcast so everybody can see.
What are
if you're looking.
This is how you know. This is how you know God is real.
This is the moment in which we figure it out. All of the numbers are collected or are coming together, and we know what they mean. But no, you want to talk a little bit about like the ending of this movie, the climax with the thing.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm pulling it up currently.
Holy shit! It is the same.
I told you, man.
Oh my god!
And you know what's funny?
Hawkeye.
I've never noticed this before. I've never noticed this before because I've never watched the movie Heat before. It's the first time I ever watched Heat. So this is the only way I would have known. So I watched Heat and then I watched this and there it is right there.
Oh my god.
And I will grab a picture of both of those things for the podcast.
What are the chances that we do Heat in this movie back to back? We didn't do it back to back.
We did. Yeah,
but these two movies I picked, I had no idea.
But they are connected by a single actor.
Oh my god.
And that actor is the helicopter.
Incredible.
Yeah, I know it's probably not as exciting for everybody else.
No, I know, but
but for us, it's pretty crazy. I think it was wild to see. I saw it, I paused it, I went, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I went and I pulled up Heat so I could show my wife, and she's like looking at me like, what? Why would I care?
That's crazy. I'm with you. I'm not. I'm not. With all due respect, I'm not into fan theories like at all.
No.
However, this is incredible.
No,
this is incredible work.
Yeah, I actually think I know that you're not into them, but I'd like to talk about them a little bit here and there. One of the fan theories that people have for this movie is because of the audio recording that everybody claims that was done by Jim Carrey and not Ben Stiller. They think that he was the one that killed he killed Stan Sweet. Like he was his cable guy, and he killed him and framed Sam.
That's credible. Like that's interesting.
Yeah, because and like he obviously he confessed 3 months later, but initially the phone call was like him like on the phone, like blaming someone else, right? So
yeah.
So
little things I know, just gotta get them out.
No,
so I love the fact that we don't ever find out the cable guy's actual name. That's great for me. I love that.
One of the three, right?
Yeah.
Ricky Ricardo, Larry Tate, Ernie Douglas.
Larry Tate. I love that. And I love the whole Sweet trial.
Yeah.
That
fun.
just being in the movie is so much fun.
Especially because there's a payoff, right? Like it's kind of it's there.
Is there? We don't know. We don't ever find out.
That's the payoff. It's like it's the whole thing. Everybody's like glued to the TV, ready to hear it. And then right when you're about to find out, he ruins it for everybody, and it's so good. It's so good. Like it cracked me up when I saw it. Like the dad eating a sandwich, watching the tiny TV,
yes,
and smacking it like no, and Andy Dick's character freaking out. It's all good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was looking forward to. Yeah, I was like, where is this going? Like, I thought they were gonna say he was not guilty because it seems like they had already decided,
like an OJ trial situation kind of thing, right?
Yeah. And I also like. I know this is a movie and it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to, but I thought it was hysterical how, if you think about it, like he's in the middle of a trial, Sam Sweet, and they already made a fucking movie about the trial. Yeah. Like the verdict isn't even came out. How can you make a movie? Like it was assuming, like everybody was assuming he's going to be guilty.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how the trailer with Eric Roberts makes it seem.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Stop. What do you say? Stop whining.
Always
whining. And then he fires a gun at him. Eric Roberts is Stan and Sam Sweet. It's so good. It's so good, dude. But yeah, that I think I like a lot of things. Like if you think too about this movie and the way that it's framed, it's a guy that his girlfriend kicked him out and like broke up with him because he asked her to marry her. Honestly, they act like it was like they were dating for like 3 months or something like he's like, you're the mad smotherer. Like, how long were they together? Like that, like it seems like why was it inappropriate for him to ask her to marry him? So it must have been very like soon. But then we were introduced to the cable guy who is a psychotic smotherer. Like he's like constantly wants to be around this new like he is every time he goes to a new door to install cable, he has the opportunity to make a new friend every time. And then he meets Steven, and it's just kind of like, he makes that comment too. He's like, it's funny. It's like, you start doing a job, getting to know somebody, and boom, bam, it's over. And he's like, he just like walked out of his bedroom after getting dressed. Like he wasn't in the room with him at all during the whole installation. He talked to him for maybe 2 seconds. I thought you were going to ask me questions about like the hoodie that he wore.
It's Ohio State.
The Ohio State hoodie. Yeah. And then I thought you were also going to maybe...
Which Jim Carrey's character is wearing later in the film.
After the party.
Party and the prostitute.
Which, it's a funny... Like, that was something I missed initially when I was watching this. I like every time I've watched it, I didn't pick up on this joke, or I guess this thing, because he mentions, he's like, don't worry, I checked her out. I had her tested. It's like I had her tested like a week ago, and I always thought that like, oh, he had her tested like he in plans for like him to do this, like because the sound system was supposed to be gone after a week, right? So like but then he makes the comment, he's like, and I'm healthy as a horse, not a drip, and like so I didn't pick up. I thought that he was just saying he gets tested all the time too. I didn't realize he was saying that he had already slept with her. He'd already paid to sleep with her. And I was like, that's even like, that's at another level even weirder. Like he's tricked him into having sex with this woman.
After he had sex with her earlier that week.
And that he was paying, like, and he just like didn't tell him that it was like that she was a working girl. And it was like the way he like reacts is like, Oh, and we didn't even talk about the bathroom scene with like Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson being in this movie for like a split second is funny. The bathroom beat. I forget what they call it. The bathroom beater or something like that.
Beat,
yeah. But when he's like all over him, like sliding underneath of the stall to like beat him up and assumingly push his own face down into his peed toilet. He was like, so it's so wild and such a wild like.
Do you remember his lines that he says to Leslie Mann, Owen Wilson? Because it's just like 2 lines, but they're incredibly stupid. Like I know the one is like, you're sexy, you know that, but like the first one, like she explains that like she has broke up with her boyfriend or something, and he's like, you need to refill or something. What does he say?
It sounds like you need to because they were in a holding pattern. That's what he was saying.
Oh yeah,
he's making like an error. He's like, oh, it sounds like you might need to land and refill or something like that.
Yeah, but it was like clearly kind of a sexual innuendo, and he's like, you're sexy, you know that. And I was just like, what the hell?
He's like, tell me about your job. What about your job? He is right after he insults the attitude of this guy, right? Like it's just out of the. It's like Chip doesn't need to do anything. This guy's ruining the date already. He's driving her back to him without anything happening, and it's funny because he kind of orchestrates a lot of things, but like that guy just like bailed out on their date. Like he says he pretty much came home and just fell asleep and ignored the fact that he had a date. That was what he did, and then Chip goes and beats him up, and the tip he gives him, he's like, I don't need a tip, but here's one for you. Stay away from Robin. She's taken. It's so, he's so good in this movie. I love him.
Yeah, I don't think Jack Black's character gets enough run.
No, yeah.
He's only in a couple little things.
That's why at the beginning of
spit here and there.
The beginning, I did the thing that he did when he goes to see Steven for like the concert tickets that he was surprised. Like he was like, oh yeah, we got a concert we're going to, and he was like, are you ready to rock? Mm-hmm. I thought you might ask me what the band was that was on his shirt.
I don't. What is it? I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. I asked you, but I think I know it, but I can't remember it in this moment. It's like 2 words. You could barely see it, but Soundgarden. That's Soundgarden. I don't know how it's a Soundgarden shirt, and so I'm assuming but the band might like his band shirt might not be. They might not be going to see Soundgarden because that's apparently the biggest faux pas is to wear a band shirt of a band that you're actually going to see.
Faux pas.
Yeah. So we're about an hour. Is there anything else you wanted to get in on this beautiful film, this lovely film that we've watched and enjoyed?
Love the karaoke scene.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best.
Yeah. I liked that he was arrested, and then the cop that was from the karaoke scene was the one who arrested him.
I never really picked up both cops, like they come in and get him, are both in that scene. The one, yeah, the one has a line, so he's the one with all of the lines in the karaoke scene, and then but they're both there. They're both in that shot, which was neat. But yeah, I think Brenden probably knew that he was in for a rough go. Whenever I was playing I like to play the movie a little bit before we start. I was pretty much word for word quoting exactly what he was going to say before he started singing.
What? Oh yeah, you say like the Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah,
like you went through that whole thing. Here's the funny thing. I'll just say for those of you at home, that's not the first time I've heard you do that. I've heard you.
Yeah.
And when I was watching the movie and he said that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like I've heard Ryker say that before. That whole spiel.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's
so
good.
It's gonna be kind of hard to get something by him here.
It's like this next song is from a little documentary called "Give Me Shelter" about the Rolling Stones and their nightmare in Altamont. That night, the Oakland chapter of the Hells Angels had their way. Tonight, it's my turn. I think that's like easy enough to like remember.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's burned into my brain.
Totally easy. I also like it's just stupid little quip, but just the very very end when he's wrapped in the police thing, and he gets put on the helicopter that's clearly from Heat, and the guy looks at him. He's like, "Somebody, you okay, buddy?" And he's like, "Am I your buddy?
Am I really your buddy?
Sure, you're my buddy." And he like smiles, and it's like next victim or some bullshit, and it just ends. It's great. I love it.
It's good. Yeah, it's nice to see that he survives because he's not like an evil guy. He's just a very disturbed man.
He kidnaps the girl and he's kind of evil. I think he's definitely evil.
He's lost in he even says
lost in the sauce.
I almost said that. He's lost in what he perceives is a movie that's playing out in his head. He's like, this is a great place for an ending. He's like, an ending to what? Like that? Like they're like, what are you talking about? Like it's like he's aware that he is in a movie the entire time, but he is like, it's just delusional. So
yeah, let's talk ratings.
Okay,
I was kind of surprised. Rotten Tomatoes 55%. Audience rating is 51%. IMDb 6.1 out of 10. Yeah, I forget if it's my movie if I go first. I can't remember.
Whatever you're feeling. You want to go first?
I feel it. I'm feeling. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said at the top, I was ashamed that the movie's been out for, my goodness, how long has it been out? And I hadn't seen it
like 30 years.
It's really good. I would definitely watch this again if this was on really in any point in the middle of the movie. I would be in. To just say, like, oh yeah, let me finish this out. This is good. I like Broderick too in this movie, like the chemistry he has. You know who I didn't really like in this movie? Brennan's best. Not a big fan of Leslie Mann. Sorry, Leslie.
When I was younger, I think when they cut to her in the cafe for the first time, it really threw me off because I wasn't she wasn't, I guess, who I was expecting to see that kind of painted the rest of the movie. She was painted a bad picture, just because I was like. It cuts from him to her, and I wasn't expecting that's who he was talking to. I thought maybe he was going to be talking to Jack Black's character or something like that. Just like here's what I'm planning on saying, kind of thing. And when it was her, it just threw me off. So the rest of the movie, I was completely off put by her. So nothing against her, she does a great job in the movie, but it just threw me off completely.
Yeah, I preferred the woman that Jim Carrey hired to Leslie Mann, but yeah, Anyway.
What you got a best line from this one? Because I know your line from Heat is resonating in my ears still. Contemplating. I've quoted this movie ad nauseum, so I think if I had to pick a best line from this movie, it would be what I ended the episode of Batman and Robin with. The old McNair place. Never thought they'd get the floors after
Oh,
get the floors cleaned after what happened in here. What happened?
happened?
They had a lot of cats.
They had a lot of cats.
just the way he said, like, and all the oh man, that whole introduction scene, man.
Yeah, it's great.
The perfectionist. He's like, here's the comment card. Please fill it out when I am done. Oh, does this go to your boss? No,
it goes to me.
Come straight back to me. I'm kind of a perfectionist. Perfectionist. He's just like, what's it? He's struggling so bad. It's so good.
Doesn't he? The first time Broderick, are they in the? I think are they in his cable truck the first time Broderick like acknowledges his lisp and he's like, "What's he say?"
No, they're in the satellite dish, and he's like, my brother's a speech therapist.
Yeah, my brother's a speech therapist, and he just looks at him. He's like, "Okay."
So
like it's like like it's like completely over his head. He's like, "So,
Oh, yeah.
like I don't care."
Yeah,
Dude.
This one last thing I'll say, because I also recommend this movie. We need to be wrapping up, but this is my childhood movie. I watched this so many times. And there's another movie from my childhood that I won't be picking for a long time, because it's from the 90s. It's Men in Black. Men in Black is one I watched a lot when I was younger. Really liked it too. I don't know why. I just like latched onto a couple of these movies. Not saying that one's not a good movie.
You're a big Tommy Lee Jones fan.
I love Tommy Lee Jones, and he cannot stand Jim Carrey's buffoonery. That's a thing from Batman Forever that we would have talked about if we'd have picked that movie instead of Batman and Robin. But so like the scene where they're at medieval times and he is they're fighting and he's like delusional, thinking that it's like an episode of Star Trek, and he's doing. I'm not going to do it because I'll blow out everybody's ears. But when he's doing the burrs, like when he's coming at Steven, like that thing. I think I do that. I would do that all of the time. Anytime I was like messing with my dad when I was younger, or like acting like I was going to attack somebody, I would do that to them. I would make that same noise, and I would talk in that same. I was like, they will kill us both. Like that. So stupid, but it's like that's what it locks into my head. So this movie has a lot of fun. I have a lot of fond memories. I know it didn't get rated the highest on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, and like a lot of the studios tried to snub it and make sure that it didn't look like it did well. And for the most part, I think everybody kind of said that it wasn't a big success for like the studios, but it has a cult following that like that happened after the movie was out of theaters. But I really enjoy this one. I actually own it, and it's one of the movies that sits in front of us every time.
Wow.
I didn't pull it out. I should have, but yeah, I love this movie. It's one of my favorites, so I recommend it. So thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate you. We're going to start wrapping up. If you can, go check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on X. Check us out on TikTok. And you can leave us a like, subscribe, click the bell on YouTube. We do shorts every Tuesday. We do the episodes every Thursday. They launch they launch a little bit later in the morning after the podcast goes on the Spotify and Apple stores, which you can go on there and also comment and like and all that fun stuff. All of those fun things you can do, and we appreciate you. It helps us out a ton, and we appreciate all of it. Everybody that's listening, if you're hearing this right now, you're one of the great ones.
You are one of the great ones.
So
you're in before everyone else. Also, just want to acknowledge again, we're getting close to like 60,000 views on the Costco Guys short.
I don't want to acknowledge.
I don't even know where we might end up, as we say, to the moon, to the moon.
Yeah, that actually, hopefully, hopefully we get some more people that are interested because of that.
Right. And the movie part.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll inspire somebody to go watch. If we get one person to watch this movie, I'll be happy.
It's a success for sure.
So, thanks everybody for listening. The next movie is for episode 20 of the podcast.
20 episodes.
Unfortunately, I thought this episode was going to land on Thanksgiving, and I was thinking, oh, good. I don't have to, I don't have to worry about Thanksgiving. when I pick mine, and I picked it, and then I realized, oh no, I land on Thanksgiving. Too late. We're doing a different holiday than Thanksgiving. We're doing Independence Day.
Voila.
Yeah. So happy 4th of July. So if you can, go check out Independence Day. That'll be our next episode. And this will be, I think this will be episode 20.
20. Will Smith?
Will Smith, Bill Pullman.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Why are you saying okay?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't. Oh, that's right. I think you mentioned that when I told you. We're actually doing one episode, and then we're going to do another episode later. So he actually hasn't seen the movie.
No.
He knew the movie that I picked. Also, Jeff Goldblum is in that movie.
Oh, I like Jeff Goldblum, so I'm excited about that.
Jeff Goldblum has a swagger you will not forget in this movie.
Oh, I'm in.
So we look forward to seeing you guys all back here next week.
We do.
And we appreciate all of you. And goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.